Hey everyone, welcome to Reality TV News Update, the place where we bring you the latest updates, fun moments, and behind-the-scenes stories you won't want to miss. There's chaos in the Big Brother house once again, and this time it's all thanks to Vince Panaro. The 29-year-old contestant, known for his sharp wit and unpredictable temper, found himself at the center of a storm that has fans and house guests reeling. What started as a casual conversation turned into a heated confrontation that ended with Vince being insulted, isolated, and ultimately removed from the house. The cause? A shocking comment about Eva Pearl's marriage that no one saw coming. A tense morning turns explosive. It began innocently enough. On day 64 of Big Brother 27, the housemates were preparing breakfast together in the kitchen. After a fun night of games and gossip, spirits were high. Eva Pearl, one of the season's breakout personalities, was chatting with a few others about her life outside the house. She's been open about her personal journey. A small-town girl who rose to social media fame and, yes, entered the house as a married woman. But while most house guests tread lightly around that topic, Vince didn't. As cameras rolled, Vince leaned against the counter and said casually, "I still can't believe your husband let you come in here. He must be really trusting or really dumb." The entire kitchen froze. The tone wasn't playful. It carried a sharp edge, and Eva immediately went silent. "What did you just say?" she asked, clearly trying to keep her composure. Vince shrugged, smirking. "I'm just saying, if my wife was in a house full of flirty people doing competitions and cuddling for alliances, I wouldn't be sitting at home smiling about it." The room erupted at that point. Logan, who had formed a close alliance and perhaps a budding friendship with Eva, immediately stepped in. "Dude, that's out of line. You can't talk to her like that." Vince fired back, "Oh, relax, Logan. I'm not the one sharing a bed with a married woman." The house exploded. Within minutes, the situation spiraled out of control. Eva, visibly shaken, stormed away from the kitchen in tears. Logan chased after her, while the rest of the house turned on Vince. "You crossed a line, man," muttered Rachel, shaking her head. "You don't include a person's marriage in the game." Vince, still defensive, said, "It's a game. You all act like you're in church. I'm here to play, not to pretend this place is a therapy retreat." But for the other house guests, this wasn't strategy. It was cruelty. Even those who had been friendly with Vince began to distance themselves. By the afternoon, he was sitting alone in the backyard, while whispers filled the house. Production stepped in. Around noon, Big Brother called Vince to the diary room. Fans watching the live feeds noticed the tension immediately. After about 45 minutes inside, Vince emerged with a stiff expression. He didn't say much, but according to several house guests later, production had issued him a formal warning for inappropriate and personal remarks. Nonetheless, the harm was done. Eva refused to be in the same room with him, and even players who once admired Vince's gameplay, like Kaz and Zay, said they couldn't defend him anymore. When the next group meeting was called, Eva tearfully addressed the house. "I came here to compete," she said, voice cracking. "I knew people might judge me, but what happened today went beyond the game. My marriage isn't up for discussion or entertainment. It's my real life, and it deserves respect." Her speech earned a round of support from the housemates, but Vince sat in silence, arms crossed, eyes fixed on the floor. The breaking point. That night, tensions boiled over once again. Vince made an effort to apologize during dinner, or at least his version of it. "Look, I didn't mean to make it personal, but everyone's so sensitive here. It's like you can't even joke anymore without someone crying." Eva, no longer holding back, snapped. "You humiliated me in front of everyone. You called my husband dumb and basically accused me of cheating. That is character assassination, not a joke." The argument escalated fast. Vince, feeling cornered, lashed out again. "Oh, please, Eva. If your marriage was that solid, you wouldn't be so defensive. Maybe I just said what everyone else is thinking." That was the final straw. Logan stood up, slammed his fork down, and shouted, "Get out of her face before I make you!" Security didn't need to intervene, but the shouting match drew immediate attention from producers. Within minutes, Big Brother called both Vince and Ava to the diary room separately. When Vince came out, he was no longer wearing his microphone. His suitcase was already by the door. Vince's removal. A voice from overhead spoke the words fans knew were coming. "Vince, you have violated the Big Brother Code of Conduct. Please make your way to the exit. Immediately." The house was silent as Vince stood, glancing around at his former allies. No one said a word. He muttered something, under his breath, inaudible on the broadcast, and walked out the door without saying goodbye. Moments later, the rest of the cast gathered in the living room as Big Brother confirmed his departure. Vince has been removed from the game due to repeated inappropriate comments and behavior that made other house guests uncomfortable. Ava sat with her head in her hands, crying softly. Logan and Kaz comforted her, while others expressed shock that the situation had escalated so far. Fan reactions, live feed frenzy. As soon as the feeds returned, social media exploded. Clips of Vince's comments were already circulating on X, formerly Twitter, TikTok, and Reddit. One fan wrote on Twitter, "Vince went too far this time. You don't drag someone's marriage for entertainment." Others were divided. Some claim the show overreacted, saying that Vince was just playing hard and that Big Brother is supposed to be no holds barred. But the overwhelming consensus was that his comments about Ava's husband crossed a moral line. Even former contestants weighed in. Season 23's Xavier Prather tweeted, "You can play dirty in the game, but not disrespectful. There's a difference." And fan favorite Tiffany Mitchell added, "Vince learned the hard way that Big Brother might be a game, but real lives are still involved." Inside the house, picking up the pieces. After Vince's expulsion, the atmosphere in the house changed dramatically. The tension that had been simmering for days seemed to lift, but so did the fun. Ava remained emotional for several days, avoiding cameras and keeping to herself. Logan became her closest confidant, helping her regain confidence in the competition. During one late-night conversation, Ava confided, "I didn't come here to prove I'm a perfect wife. I came here to show I can fight for something on my own. Vince tried to take that from me, but I'm not giving him the power." That moment resonated deeply with fans. Ava's strength and vulnerability turned her into a symbol of resilience. Many now see her as one of the frontrunners to win Big Brother 27. Vince speaks out after his exit. 2 days after his removal, Vince finally broke his silence in an interview posted on Big Brother's official YouTube channel. "I didn't think it would blow up like that," he said. "I was just being honest. Maybe I went too far, but that's who I am. I don't filter myself." When asked if he regretted his comments about Ava's marriage, he hesitated before responding, "I regret that it hurt her. I don't regret speaking my mind. It's a social experiment. Emotions are part of it." That interview only fueled more backlash online, with many viewers accusing him of lacking accountability. Ava's comeback and the game ahead. Meanwhile, Ava's comeback story is becoming one of the most compelling arcs of the season. After surviving the emotional turmoil, she won the next head of household competition, a symbolic victory that had viewers cheering. As she stood on the balcony overlooking the living room, she said through tears, "This one's for anyone who's ever been underestimated or disrespected. You can break my heart, but you can't break my focus." It was the kind of full-circle moment Big Brother thrives on, proof that the game can bring out both the worst and best in people. Final thoughts. The Vince Panaro incident will be remembered as one of Big Brother's most contentious episodes. It's a reminder of how thin the line can be between gameplay and personal attacks, and how words, once said, can have lasting consequences inside and outside the house. For Ava Pearl, the experience has only strengthened her resolve. For fans, it's another unforgettable chapter in a season already packed with drama, heartbreak, and redemption. And for Vince, it's a painful lesson in what happens when strategy turns to cruelty, and the house finally says, "Enough is enough."